Hello friends, I am making this video for Essentials families. Primarily if you are a first tour or second tour or third tour. I have two kids. I have a 10-year-old and an 11-year-old. My daughter is doing her second year of Essentials and my son is doing his third year of Essentials. But I'll show you what I'm doing because I keep it pretty simple. So anyway, here's what I'm doing. I thought you could set up the binders with me. So the first one I'm gonna do is setting up your, your parent binder. It's really simple. All you have is, you just get the whole kit. And then I got this binder, I think it's a 2-inch binder. I'm like measuring with my fingers. I think it's a 2-inch binder. And I put it in here. I have, actually this is last year's, I need to update it, but I have the calendar, the IEW and the EEL schedule. That way I have everything ready to go and I know exactly, okay, we're week, I can look at it and say, okay, we're on week 3, we're doing nouns and we're doing this lesson in the, for writing. All right, and then I did put this first one in a page protector just because it's gonna get the most reading. But I just put everything in here. Super simple. I had everything, it has the introduction, the weekly sentences, all of that stuff is all in here. Now what you're gonna do the week before, so we're starting this coming Thursday. So new parents, before Thursday, you should read week 1. That way you have an idea of what we're talking about and it's not all brand new information as soon as you get into the class. Also, before you start, in the beginning, they have the scope and sequence and the introduction. Those are pretty helpful too. I find it really helpful to see what CC says about what we're doing and why we're doing it. Because sometimes it's like, why am I doing this quid et quo? What do these things mean? Why are we diagramming sentences? So I liked having it all, having a good understanding of it. In the first, before week 1, the way that mine was set up, there's a tab that says weekly sentences. So if you open up, that's when we start to diagram sentences. Those don't start till week 3. So you really don't need to worry about this for a couple weeks, but they're all here. And we'll get to that at another time. All right, and then for week 1, what you can do, I just open it up and take just that week to class. It's heavy to lug the binder. I carry enough stuff to and from CC every week, and I have a wagon that I bring everything in. So just bring this, make your life easier. And this is not a library book. This is a book that you can have that you can keep. So make notes in it. So as the tutor is saying, here are the patterns, and this is the song that we're using. You can write a note in here using this song in Dropbox or whatever it is, wherever your tutor, or here's the YouTube video clip or link to the CC Chart A song, okay? Explaining this a little bit, these are the little boxes. It kind of gives you an overview of what you're doing that week. So these are the charts that you're gonna do, A and B. Here's a spelling roll, here's a spelling. All right, if you are your first tour and you don't have a spelling curriculum, lots of people have other curriculums they use already. They give you spelling words at the end of each week. So, where is it here? Yep, on page 39, here are the spelling words. So there's first year doing it, second tour, third tour. You can do these if you want to. If you have All About Spelling or another spelling program you use, do that. Doesn't matter. I actually use Phonetic Zoo just because the kids can do it independently and I don't have to check their work because honor system, they check it themselves. But if you want spelling, you can do this. All right, so that's all I do for my binder. There are other things at the end. Hold on, let's see. All right, if you flip your tab, I think I can actually move let's see if I can do this here. Ta-da! That might be upside down. Hold on, let me turn this around. Well, it's kind of a mirror image because I'm using it this way, but you get the idea. So here are the tabs here. All right, let's see. I don't know if this'll, all right. I'm not a YouTuber for a reason. So anyway, you're just gonna have to, okay, it's not working. All right, you're just gonna have to trust me, okay? So we go back to after it only goes up to week 23 because week 24 you have a big party because you celebrate that you survived essentials and Faces of History. So at the end, there's a tab that says analytical tasks, and there are little like kind of cheat sheets like that tell you exactly what you're doing and the reasoning for it. So I would definitely read through those. And it gives you exactly what to do. Let's see here. All right, so it'll show you in the end, it's an analytical task sheet sample. So that's kind of what it looks like when it's all filled out. So these are the first 2 pages. And then the last page is the quid et quo. If you are a first tour parent, ignore this. It is very, well, it's not that hard. You have a lot of other things to be focusing on right now. If you are focusing on this and you get this, that it's good to go and your kids are like, I got this, I understand, cool, move on to the quid et quo. But if this is your first tour and all you can master is having your kids copy the weekly sentence and figuring out this page, that's fine. Just a disclaimer, this might not be official CC advice. They might tell you to do all of it, but they do say scale it. And I don't want anybody to get so overwhelmed that they want to quit because they think they can't keep up, because this is an amazing program. And if you stick to it, it's gonna be so helpful. So anyway, that's your analytical tasks sheet. So there's another tab that has spelling. It's got the official like rules that you're learning. There's a rule per week. And then there's a glossary at the end. So there's all that stuff. Depending on how big your binder is, you can put in, I put in extra tabs. You can see they're empty because it just ended up being too much for me to flip through. But you could put a section for charts and editing and whatever the case is. All right, so that is the parent binder. All right, I'm gonna make, so that this video isn't like an hour and a half long, I'm gonna make another video on kids binders. All right, so here's a parent binder. Okay, one more thing that I forgot for setting up your parent binder. You also get this whole section here that says Essentials English Language Solutions. That's what it is. Okay, so I have them in a separate binder because, again, having all of them, I think some people get like a giant like 5-inch binder. I don't know if a 5-inch binder is a thing. Some people get a giant binder. It's too much for me, and that like I will inevitably drop one and then the papers will go everywhere and I'll be really mad and I'll want to burn everything. So I made a smaller one. It says diagrams on the side. So these are just the answers for, this is how you're gonna walk your kids through the analytical task sheets. So it starts on, week 3 or whatever it is, and goes through 24. There's also a section that you get that has the Bible verses, or not the Bible verses, it has the Bible passages that kids are supposed to edit, as well as the not the translations, but the solutions to that. I don't know where I put mine. I don't use them because, again, they were too complicated for my kids. If they can't identify a sentence or a subject and a noun, or identify mistakes in like a regular sentence in like their own writing, doing it in the Bible is gonna be way harder. So if your kids are like a second or third tour and they've got it down, then cool, have them translate that, or not translate it, but have them edit that, go through it with them. You can also go through it with your kids. You don't need to have them go through it, but by themselves. So like you can do it as a tour one. If it's too overwhelming, put it somewhere. Like I said, I was trying to figure out where I put them and I have no idea where they are in my house. I might have thrown them away. I'm not sure. I probably didn't throw them away. They're just somewhere and I don't know where that place is. So, that's something that I am giving you permission to just set aside or throw away and don't use until you feel like you've got a grasp on it. So I have this, and then later on, the way I use this is when my kids do their analytical task sheets, I walk through it with them, and then I have everything right here. I have sticky tabs here on the top for which of my kids are doing what. My daughter is, my son's a little bit ahead since he's done, this is his 3rd time, so it's a little bit, he understands how to do it. My daughter, for example, and then here's the other thing, I'll do that in a minute. if she doesn't get the hang of it and she doesn't feel comfortable moving on, then I will keep her on that type of sentence. So what I will do is, I've added in sticky notes over the time. So for example, the sentence for week 6, sentence 4 is, Homer composed poems, yet he did not write them in the book. So we parsed that sentence out. We did the analytical task sheet. We did it all together. She still didn't have a great grasp on it. So I created my own sentence and I put it on a sticky note so that the next year I can just use the sentence. So what I'll do is I'll make the sentence basically exactly the same structure. Everything's the same number of adjectives, same number of adverbs, same verb transitional. Everything's the same, just the words are different. So the original sentence was, Homer composed poems, yet he did not write them in the book. My Swiftie loving daughter, don't come at me, I'm not a huge fan of Taylor Swift, but hey, it gets her interested in writing. All right, here's my sentence. Taylor Swift wrote many songs, but she does not sing them at all the concerts. So it's exactly the same, just different words. That way she can parse this one out, and I've got the cheat sheet, so I know exactly what questions to ask. All right, so there's that. I'll go in more in depth than that another time. All right, hope that helps.